Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Is the Premier League heating up? Is the Premier League getting warm? Or should I say, is the Premier League getting cold? Yo, Arsenal drop points. Liverpool drop points. This can only mean it's a big weekend for one team. It can only mean it's a big weekend for one team. And that is Chelsea. Whoa, we're going to talk about that side of things in a sec. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Wow. Liverpool dropping points 2-2 with Fulham at home. Arsenal 0-0 with Everton at home. Two results where you would have thought, I thought Fulham was going to be a tough game. But Everton at home, you expect Arsenal to win those. If you're trying to win the Premier League, you have to capitalize on when your team, your opposition, or your the team that you're going against, your title rivals, drop points. Yes, they're playing at the same time, so they're not going to know exactly when teams drop points. But you have to be beating Everton at home. You have to be beating Everton at home. And if you look at my last video after the Fulham one, I said the football that Arsenal are playing is not enjoyable. It's not exciting. I doubt you as an Arsenal fan want to watch that type of football. I know you guys, man. I know Arsenal fans. You know what's so funny? A lot of Arsenal fans be talking about, you don't know our history because we grew up on, well, we had George Graham. You know, where did 1-0 to the Arsenal come from? Save it. You grew up on Thierry Henry. You grew up on Robert Perez. You grew up on Patrick Vieira. You grew up on Freddie Ljungberg. You grew up on Rosicky. You grew up on Alexander Leb. You grew up on Cesc Fabregas. You grew up on Robin van Persie. Don't talk to me about George Graham. Where do you think 1-0 to the... That is not what you thought you were going to be cooking up this season. That is not the Arsenal that you thought if you win the league is going to be cooking up the football. Let's not lie. Save the lies. Everything is about perception. Everything's about saving face. Let's just be honest for once. The football, when I'm watching Arsenal, it's boring. It's pedestrian. It's the corners. It's the... Where's the quality? Where's the quick incision football? Remember, the original excuse was Odegaard is missing. Now, I don't know. Maybe Odegaard has drank the poison. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, bro. That could happen. You drink the poison. Odegaard's drank the poison. Arsenal, they had a good 2 weeks. I think Odegaard was against Sporting and West Ham. They were popping good football. But then now is revert back to type. It's revert back to type. There's not much going on. And for me, it comes down to a pure quality basis. I've talked about Arsenal's attack many times. It is not good enough. It isn't good enough. It's not good enough. Martinelli is not good enough to win Premier Leagues. Havertz. I mean, listen. When Havertz came into the Premier League, or when I used to watch him at Leverkusen, I saw like a classy guy. People were comparing him to Berbatov. The languid style, like maybe in the 10 he could be like an Ozil. You know, he's got this kind of touch and flicks, and then maybe he's a Van Persie. I was seeing Van Persie comparisons. He's gone from Van Persie comparisons to Andy Carroll. And I love Andy Carroll. Shout out Andy Carroll. But he has gone from Van Persie to Andy Carroll. I'm only seeing this guy be used as a battering ram up there. Well, yo, win them flick-ons. Boom. But, bro, you guys love 1-0 to the Arsenal so much. Remember John Hartson? Alan Smith. Is that what Kai Havertz is now? He's the new Alan Smith, John Hartson, Andy Carroll, Brian McBride, like Duncan Ferguson. I mean, I can go on and on. That is the way that he's being used. He's a battering ram. It's unbelievable when I'm looking at it. No quality is coming from him on the floor. No quality is coming from Martinelli. And then you have Bukayo Saka, who then reverts. When it's not going well, he's having to revert to just crossing to these guys. Crossing to, hopefully, Martinelli's at the back post. Crossing to Havertz. Now, I'm not going to get onto Saka too much because I think in these situations, Arsenal rely on him too much. You have to rely, if you're going to rely on somebody, for me, you've got to rely on somebody that's clearly kind of just an unbeatable figure. I'm talking about Cristiano levels, Messi levels. You know what I mean? When you're relying on somebody, they have to be at that level, proven, not still learning their game or not making strides each year. I'm talking about they have to be proven. And that's a lot to put on Bukayo Saka. And probably Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea right now ain't having that. But maybe one day they might go to Cole Palmer and he's still trying to climb up the ranks and you're putting everything on him. Look at the way Liverpool put everything on Mo Salah. But he's at that level. But even when Salah was at the best, he had Mane. He had players. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There were seasons that Mane was better than Salah. Will there ever be a season where another attacker is better than Bukayo Saka? And it's not because Bukayo Saka is scoring 40 goals, 50 goals. It's because the levels next to him is not good enough. It's not good enough. He didn't have the greatest game, so I'm not going to excuse it. But I just think in the grand scheme of things, Arsenal can't just be relying on him to dig them out every single time. He brought on Jorginho, he brought on Partey. I was looking at these subs, I was like, how is this really going to change the game? In fact, you should have kept Declan Rice on because them set pieces are probably the only way that Arsenal are going to score after a while. And then you think about what it means for the season. As I said, look, Arsenal have 30 points right now. Chelsea have 31 points with a game in hand. Liverpool have 36 with a game in hand. So Liverpool can go back to 9 points. Arsenal will need to cut these gaps. You can't keep allowing Liverpool to get away with this. You just really can't. And credit to Liverpool. I'll talk about Liverpool now. Credit to Liverpool. Lastly, Sean Dyche. Come on, you can't beat him at his own game. You can't beat him at his own game. Sean Dyche was like this. Watching Nicolas Jova. Jova! Yo, you want to try all them things? Pick on somebody your own size. Like Dyche. Real men. Sean Dyche is like, bro, I've seen this all my life, bro. I've been cooking this all my life. Man had Branthwaite, Tarkowski, Decore, Pickford. Yo, man, everyone was ready for that. Everyone was ready for that, man. Come on, man. Respect Sean Dyche, man. This is his bread and butter. The day we see Sean Dyche getting bullied on the set pieces by Jova, hey, utter woke nonsense. Utter woke nonsense. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. But fast forward. Liverpool. Robertson. Howler over there. Robertson. Massive howler. Massive howler. Bad touch and then takes out Harry Wilson, who I thought was playing well. Harry Wilson as well in that game. Fulham were actually competing very well. In fact, Fulham got worse when they had 10 men. When they were 11 men up. Well, with a man extra, sorry. So that was quite weird. But overall, Fulham are actually played well, in my opinion. I was watching both games at the same time. Salah with a great assist to Gakpo. And Jota's final goal was brilliant. That is what Jota does. Come off the bench, make impact, clinical. You know, but Liverpool, credit to them. They held in there and they were actually still the better team, even with 10 men. They were relentlessly pressuring Fulham. But I want to give a shout out to Wilson. I thought he played well. Iwobi was playing as a good outlet. I want to also give a big shout out to Anthony Robinson. There was all this talk about Liverpool need a left back. That should be someone that they're looking at right there. There's links with CultureCams. They should be looking at someone like Anthony Robertson. It's so crazy, his development, because when I first saw him in the Prem, I was like, who is this rugby player, bro? Like, his socks were low and his body was like squared and he's had them mixed race boy trims. I was like, yo, this guy's got like, you know, that Love Island square blockhead thing going on. And I was like, right, this guy looks like a rugby player. But since then, like, this guy's just gone leaps and bounds. He's actually a proper athlete. He's good on the ball. 2 assists today. Engine. I really like this guy. I really like this left back. He's 27 years old, so he's in his prime. Some people might look at it like, oh, he's 27. We need to go and get someone that's 18. Nah. This means he's ready. He's got 6 assists in the Premier League. He's ready to come and make an impact at a big club. Anthony Robertson is definitely somebody that should be purchased, in my opinion. Very, very good player outside of the top 6. I think if you're looking at Man United, for example, that's to be somebody that you're looking at as a potential signing. Can he play that wing-back role? That remains to be seen, because I think that wing-back role would require some goals as well. Some real attacking impetus. But again, he's got 6 assists, so why not? You need to have that engine. But it's a big result for Liverpool to drop points in, man, because Chelsea are in the race. I know a lot of people are saying that they're not in the race, but Chelsea are in the race, man. They win tomorrow, they're 2 points behind Liverpool. Okay, they'll have a game extra. But listen, you're in the mix. You're in the mix. They'll be ahead of Arsenal by 4 points. Don't know what's going to happen with Man City, Man United. But even so, the max Man City, they could still be, 4 points ahead of Man City as well. Or if worse comes to worse, if Man United do win, hopefully we do, then it could stretch to, what would that be? Yeah, 7 points. 7 points. So Liverpool wouldn't have wanted to drop this one, but they will be very, very happy that Arsenal did. They'll be very, very happy that Man City are in a Manchester derby. So maybe they can afford these ones. That's the thing. A lot of times people think it means you have to be perfect to win the league. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. You just have to drop point. You have to you have less error, margin for error than the other team. That's basically what it is. So does this mean that Arsenal are out of the title race? I'm not going to 100% write them out. I'm not going to 100% write them off. But what I will say is, as currently constructed, 8 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses. 6 draws is a lot at this stage. As currently constructed, I cannot see Arsenal winning the Premier League. Nah, I think they'll have to dip into January and really hope for an upturn of form and an upturn of playing, the way they play. They really need to change that, man, because looking at that with the quality, signings like Moreno, what was the point? Raheem Sterling on loan, he can't get a minute. He can't get to a minute. The guy cannot get a minute. It's absolutely incredible. It's crazy. So you're looking at the signings. Calafiori's doing GQ modelling, nowhere to be seen. Sterling, nowhere to be seen. And then Moreno, average player. So it's actually crazy when you look at that window. I keep saying it, that window is what really, really cost Arsenal, in my opinion. They really did not strengthen. They did not look like a team that want to go and win a Premier League. But listen, you know what? We are all Chelsea. If you are a Man United fan and you're not Chelsea right now, you are crazy. Don't talk to me about how they did it, whatever. We are all Chelsea right now. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. That's what we're singing right now. Listen, Chelsea fans, spud me. Let's settle our differences. We're all good. We're all good, man. Let's talk. There ain't no winners when family feud. You know what I mean? There's no winners. There's none. So we got a mission to do. We got to get down Liverpool. We got to get down Arsenal. We got to get down City. We're giving you all of our energy. You know what I'm saying? We're giving you... What a damn song. What a song that is, man. Listen, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications on. It's your boy CultureCams. Hopefully I don't get hit with copyright for that one. I'm out. Peace.